So yes, the third big, uh-oh, no, don't get hot. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know the intro and the channel logo and everything look a little bit different, so excitedly I have rebranded to the Tactical Baddie. That's me. So the reason that came about is really because I know you guys noticed that I took a little hiatus from uploading and recording and everything, because I actually have become more passionate about, like, I've been kind of soul searching. I'm always doing that. Y'all already know. If you know from the few videos I have uploaded, I'm always trying to do that. But I actually decided that I'm going to go ahead and pursue my hobby as a niche on YouTube and go ahead and just start making some content on it, since it is such a big part of mine and my husband's life, my family's life. And I've learned quite a lot over the last 3 to 4 years since I've been training with him and dry firing on my own, doing my own research as well. I found that there's a real market and a real need, I guess, for female firearms training, especially tactical training. There's a little bit of a difference, and I'll explain that going forward in later videos. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and fill that void. I'm already helping my peers and my family and my loved ones around me kind of familiarize themselves with firearms and with certain laws in our state, and with scenarios, and just getting people used to the idea of concealed carrying for self-defense and personal protection should you need it, because the bad guys definitely out here using them. So it's only right that, well, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, if anybody cares, I feel like if the people working against you are exercising that power, then you should equip yourself with equivalent power, if you know what I mean. So I decided to just niche that into my channel so that I can just introduce you guys to some firearms, some firearm features, some firearm safety, some content, some I don't even know what you call it, like some intellectual content, I guess, around the ideology and just the mental training that it requires to conceal carry for personal protection daily. I've gotten a lot of questions, and my husband is a certified USCCA firearms instructor, so I've learned quite a bit since he's been on that journey, or since when he was on that journey to become that. And I've had several women that I've told that and who've seen me tactically train or firearms train, told me that I would take your class if you offered a class, or girl, I want to come to the range with you. I need you to show me some stuff. I have a gun, but I don't know how to use it. I've never shot it. I have a handgun, but I want a rifle for home defense, or a shotgun or something like that. So I figured if they feel like it's valuable information, then maybe you guys will too. Maybe, possibly, hopefully. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So today's video is going to be basically about why I chose to conceal carry and why you should consider it too, potentially, if it's legal in your state. I cannot express that enough. I know the reasons that I chose to conceal carry. All of my reasons involve these things, these 5 things I'm going to tell you, share with you guys. There are several others. There are several other good reasons, and I have actually additional ones, but these 5 that I'm going to tell you guys are like the overall ones that I try to take an unbiased approach toward, and think that any woman, any mother, any daughter, any woman out here can take, no matter the ethnicity, no matter the race, no matter the age, you can all benefit from something, can take something away from this video, I feel like. So in this video, I'm going to share 5 reasons I chose to conceal carry daily, and why you possibly should consider it too. So if that's something you're interested in, just stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, so the first reason I chose to conceal carry on my person, which is carry my handgun in my purse on me, or on my person in a pocket, in a holster underneath my clothes if my clothes are bulky enough, like if I have on a hoodie or something. I just have my handgun. I have her with me all the time. I've become accustomed to carrying her. It's not just an accessory in the bottom of my purse or that I stick in my glove compartment and forget about, or in my arm console in my car, because that's just not smart, y'all. It ain't smart at all. For one, it's not accessible if you need it. And then two, it's very easily accessible to somebody who decides to break into your vehicle or steal your vehicle altogether. And that ain't good. That nobody wants that. It's bad enough when your car gets stolen, or if your belongings inside your car get stolen. But to know that a firearm, a lethal like weapon, is out there registered in your name with any nut basket who can have it running around or whatever, that's not cool. So y'all make sure that you do not keep your firearms in those places. Make sure you keep them on your person. But anyways, the 5 reasons that you guys should consider concealed carry. Reason number 1 is obvious reasons for protection. Obviously, there are other ways to protect yourself when you're moving out here in these streets or when you're at home for home defense. However, this is my list I'm sharing with y'all, and there's only one way for me, because I feel like, haven't done the statistics on that. Let me know if y'all care and I'll put them in a future video. It seems as though the bad guys, or the people who break into your home, harm you, steal your belongings, these people's preferred weapon of, like their weapon of choice, seems to be a firearm, right? A handgun usually. If the enemy, or if the person that you're protecting yourself against has something of a certain caliber, or lethality, or is lethality a word? I'm gonna confirm. But yeah, if you have something that powerful that can deliver that kind of force, wouldn't you want to use that as well in self-defense if you know the other person has it? According to the Trace over at thetrace.org, the most recent firearm violence report tallied that 14,000 gun homicides and over 470,000 incidents of non-fatal firearm violence, which includes armed sexual assault, robbery, and aggravated assault, among 12 people and older in 2018. That adds up to 484,800 gun crimes a year. So, to reiterate that, that is 484,800 gun crimes. So, that's 484,800 people who either did not have a firearm to protect themselves, or 2, did not have it in an accessible place to protect themselves at the time, or 3, they just didn't know how to use it. They had it, but they didn't know how to use it effectively and quickly enough to help them in that situation. So I want to reiterate that these 5 points that I have for reasons for concealed carrying are solely for people who even want to consider carrying a firearm daily for self-protection. This is not for people who are staunchly against it. It's not for people who feel like it's not necessary. That's not what it's for. Okay, that's not who this video is for. So no need to come at your girl in the comments, okay? I'm just trying to help out the people who really are considering carrying a handgun every day for concealed carry, like I do. So just to make that point again, the first reason is protection. The first reason anybody should and would carry a gun should only be, the main reason should be for protection. That's it. For protection, for a resource. It's a tool you use to protect yourself. Just like you'd use a knife, just like you could use a bat, just like you could use anything in your environment. You could weaponize anything in your environment, and you should weaponize anything in your environment before you resort to lethal force with your concealed carry firearm. You should not use that as a first resort to protect yourself, ma'am. Don't say you got that from the Tactical Baddie and run with it. I did not tell you that. I did not tell you that. The second reason I chose to conceal carry every day on my person, and why you possibly should consider it too, is the fact that it can build your confidence and your ability, and provide peace of mind in your ability to protect yourself. You tend to move less nervous and anxious throughout the world when you know that you're good. Like, you don't have to jump at every, I don't know, it's hard to describe. You don't have to jump at every situation. You don't have to run around on heightened yellow alert all the time just because you are out and you're feeling vulnerable and you have in your mind and in your heart, you truly know that you have no way to protect yourself should a threat approach you in the public, or you have no way to protect your kids or anybody or anyone who's with you in a situation like that. If you concealed carry, not saying you should try to be a hero. You did not hear that from me. You did not hear that from me. Don't come for me in the comments, okay? If when you're out and you are confident in the fact that, one, you have your firearm on you to protect and preserve your life and those you care about whom are with you and in your presence at the time, you are a bit more confident. Your alertness, your awareness is already more heightened to what's around you anyway, because, or it should be, because truly you have a responsibility when you're concealed carrying. When you have your firearm on you, when it's in your purse, when it's in your car, on your person, in your holster, you have a responsibility to use and carry that tool in a way that it does not harm anybody and just safely. You have to be cognizant of the situations and of those around you at all times. You get used to it. It sounds super paranoid and painstaking at first, but no, you get used to it. All it does is kind of give you a heightened sense of awareness of what's going on around you, how things can be perceived, and just if and when you're in a situation or you're approaching a situation that could potentially cause you to have to use it, you think twice, 2 or 3 times before you move. That's just it. You move differently as well out in the public, and you move differently around people when you know that you are solid and you're confident in your ability to protect yourself. And then you just have that peace knowing that, okay, I'm carrying, which means that I can preserve and protect my life if I need to in a threatening situation. However, we're all good, we're all calm. There's no reason to get worked up. Let's assess the exits. Let's see who we're around. Let's pay attention to how people move. But should it come down to it, I have a way to protect myself. So to me, a lot of people say, oh my gosh, it'll make me so nervous to carry on my person and conceal carry. I would always be afraid and anxious about it. But to me, it offers me a lot more peace, honestly, knowing that okay, I'm good. If there's a perceived threat, I can protect myself, and I also know what I need to do first, which is get the hell out of there as fast as I can, okay? So that is number 2 reason that you should consider concealed carrying. It's just because it'll give you a peace of mind and confidence in yourself and the ability to protect yourself and your loved ones you might be responsible for. So the number 3 reason that why I chose to conceal carry daily and why you might want to consider it as well is legal. It's literally legal in 48 of 50 states. Now, some states differ where, like, if you live in a state like mine, I think there are 3 additional states in the United States, like Iowa, Tennessee, Utah, Montana, Iowa, Texas, Tennessee, and Arkansas. Those states are constitutional, well, I'm in Texas. Those states are constitutional carry states, which means that you can carry a concealed firearm on you without a license or a permit. Now, we know that that is very controversial at the moment with gun control and everything, and all the legislation and the conversations that are going around, which I do think is a good thing, actually. Some of it, some ideas are good. But like I said, if other people are exercising their right to do something, it's probably in our best interest to do the same thing, whether we want to or not. You kind of choose the lesser of 2 evils, but it's always better to be prepared than not. The best ability is availability, and you can't use something if you don't have it available or at your use or at your disposal. So most states you do have to get a license or a permit to concealed carry, have to have a clean record, no felonies. But literally, if you have the ability, nothing standing in your way, nothing blocking you from being able to conceal carry a firearm on your person for personal protection, should you feel like you do need it or you could use it and benefit from it, then you should go ahead and exercise that right if you have the ability to do so. So the 3rd reason that you should consider concealed carrying is literally because it's legal and it's a right that you do possess. The 4th reason I choose to conceal carry, and I think that you guys should consider it too, especially the ladies out there, is the fact that, to piggyback off of the last point, most states don't even, some states don't even require you to have a permit. Like, it's literally as simple as doing something like going to a sporting and outdoor store or a firearm store or anywhere that sells a firearm, and just literally give them your license, let them run your quick background check, pay them your money, and leave that day with your firearm and your ammunition. 6 states, including mine, Texas, allow you to do that, and they're constitutional carry states. You can just go into the store, purchase one, don't have to have a license or a permit. However, in most states, they got good sense and they have you absolutely have to get a permit or a license. And most of the time, I still made the effort and went ahead and did my due diligence and my job to go ahead and get training, get my firearms, my concealed carry license, or my concealed handgun license. I learned how to properly shoot one, learned how to properly grip one, how to properly hold one. I got a little bit more training than the normal person probably does before that point, but all of that plays a role, and all of that is necessary. But however, my 4th reason for considering, the reason that I conceal carry and why you should consider it as well, is literally because it's probably so easy that you'd be silly not to. Especially, like I said, since the bad guys are out there with them. So if you feel comfortable and you feel like you do want to pursue arming yourself and conceal carrying daily, there's a good chance that it's a lot easier than you think it is in your state. So that's the 4th reason. It's literally just really easy to access them and get them to protect yourself. So go ahead and do that if you can. I'd say so. If you made it to this point in the video, I so appreciate you for sticking around with me until the end to see all of the reasons that I conceal carry and think that you guys should consider doing it too. I so appreciate it. So if you have stuck around to this point, go ahead and leave me a like or subscribe, or do both. You know, who am I to limit you? Go ahead and do that, and then I can converse with you, get to know you, and figure out what other kind of handgun training, tactical training videos you guys like to see in the future. I'm just starting off with this. Like I told you, I rebranded and I'm re-niching, so send me ideas. I'm open. I'm still a little shy about it, so but I do know my stuff. So, and I do check credible and valuable resources if there's something that I don't know. So have a little faith in me, subscribe, and watch your girls' future content. But with that being said, the 5th and final reason that I conceal carry daily, and I think that you guys should consider it too. Gosh, that is so hard to say. Why is that so hard for me to say? The 5th and final reason that I chose to conceal carry daily, and why you guys should consider it as well, is the more you interact with, carry, and handle your firearm or your weapon, handgun, whatever you want to call it, the more that you handle it, the more comfortable you'll become with handling it. The more comfortable you become with handling it, the more comfortable you will become with carrying it daily, with carrying it on your person and keeping it close to you so that you can grab or access it in a, spur of the moment situation where it can save your life. If you get to that point, then the more open you are to the idea of planning for something to happen. Not that anybody walks around inviting that negative energy into their life, because nobody wants to be attacked. Nobody wants to have to defend themselves or their property or their safety or their life. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody invites that. But it's always best to do mental reps sometimes of some things. So when you go into shock, or when your body goes into shock, or when your brain gets into that fight or flight mode, you have a little extra bit of muscle memory to know how to react and potentially bring you out of that situation and help you save your own life, help you snap back into it, so to speak. Then you get used to the idea of handling your firearm, having it close to you, and then your mind starts remembering, oh, I have this on me. If there was a situation where you could preserve your life, I know a lot of people like to think that they would know exactly what to do. They would run, they would call somebody, they would fight back. Your body is lots of times a slave to your mind. So if your mind not shuts down, but if it freezes, you have to have something, like, we should try to have something to rely on, which, and I say in this case, is muscle memory. So if you carry it on your person, you get comfortable with handling it, you're more likely to be aware of situations, be aware of the fact that you could resort to using it if you need to in a situation to protect and preserve your life. And I just say it's always good to just become more comfortable so you can plan better for a potential situation. So concealed carrying absolutely will help you with that. You'll get comfortable with having it on your person, having it around you, and then having your mind know that you have that to resort to in an emergency situation. So that is it for this video, guys. Like I said, if you enjoyed this content or you want more content like this in the future, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm excited about going in and honing in more on this niche and teaching you guys things and bringing you along the way. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay pretty and protected. Peace. Okay guys, so here we have usacarry.com, and it actually has a map, a really interactive and helpful map, so you can kind of see at a glance which states actually do allow constitutional carry versus those states that actually require you to have a permit. So you can click whichever state corresponds with your location that you're trying to look up, then scroll down to the bottom like I just showed you with the key, and then it'll actually show you how to decode the map basically based on the selection. So you can see if you have a permit in your state, which other states those permits translate to, and it's just a really helpful tool. If you have any questions or if you need a refresher, like I said, the gun laws update all the time, so it's probably good to check back on this interactive map just every once in a while if you have any questions about where your permit is honored. Where you are required to have one, and if you're good to carry in them states. So you definitely want to check this ahead of time just to be sure and cover yourself.